What is going on, guys? Welcome to the series premiere of CritsNGrins Ostia. What is going on, guys? Finally, it's been a week.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited.
Gone by pretty fast. That's good. We'll just go quick around the horn. Since it's a season or series premiere. Um, we'll go around. We'll introduce. I'll explain a little bit of the format of how we're going to do things different, and then Creature will take over, and we will begin.
Yeah, you can introduce me last.
Okay. Alex, why don't you go ahead and go first?
My name's Alex. I'm gonna be playing as Farathier, the Warlock Hexblade. What up? So it should be interesting. Super excited. Take it away, Ernie.
All right. I guess Tristan's Ernie. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So my name's Tristan. I'm playing Vin the Rogue, and I also am super excited to be here.
Awesome.
This is gonna be great.
Mastercore.
Hi, I'm Corey, and I am playing Kopi Ventru, the glamour bard. I almost forgot.
Yeah, it's not that important. And then everybody, you guys know me. CritsNGrins, formerly known as Big 50. The things that are going to be changing in this campaign specifically is going to be our breaks. So instead of doing one break at the top of every hour, so we're only going to do one. We're going to go for 2 hours, one break, and then 2 hours and finish it off. We're going to test it out. Hopefully that might be better for viewers and for players so that we can get a lot of playtime in. If you guys like it, let me know on Discord. If you hate it, let me know on Discord. And yeah, just give some constructive criticism so that we know what to do and how to make things better. But other than that, we will give it over to Creature. She can introduce herself and get us ready to go.
Wait,
Well-
Mitchell.
Oh.
What are you playing as?
Oh, I am a human oracle, Azil.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm Aura Creature. I'm gonna be the DM. Aura Creature, Mickey, the best person in the entire universe. I go by everything's fine. So, to start off, this campaign to my players is going to test both your morals and your player character morals. Every action, no matter how big or how small, has consequences and will either hugely impact or minusculely impact how this campaign is going to go. So everything you do has purpose, so make decisions wisely.
Oof.
And with that, we're gonna start. So, many millennia ago, the All-Father and Mother crossed the stars to be near one another. In this moment, as their hands joined, they created the Great Awakening, an event that set into motion the creation of the world known as Ostia. As time passed, the world continued to expand and grow as the All-Father continued to fill his world with life. He first created life, first one man and one woman, who had siblings in likeness of their mother and their father, then others to inhabit Ostia. He then created forests and the seas to shade his creations when it was too hot, give them shelter when it was too cold, then farms and valleys to sustain their hunger, and then animals and creatures to bring companionship to his children. And as life went on, he created gods for them to worship and instill purpose. You'll find yourself on the continent of Edia, one of the first civilizations after the awakening. Holy Mecca for the gods, and it is said that here, Idella and Zodis lived their mortal lives before ascending into the heavens as gods. So it is no secret why many flock to these lands and temples throughout the year. However the case, you have all specifically found yourselves just outside of the farming village of Primor. Summoned by council member Zahala, you have been hired and tasked in the transformation of one of her priestesses and her interpreter. In a letter addressed to you, it was stated, you must meet Councilwoman Isra at the Riverside Crane Tavern, whom my most trusted priestess has been helping. You will then escort her, as well as her interpreter, back to Braywood, where she is being summoned to assist in a trial. Isra will provide you with 2 days of rations for the journey and several horses. Upon arrival back to the Temple of Eight, You will be given 200 gold to be split amongst the 3 that travel with you. Slightly perplexed at how Councilwoman Zahala was able to get these letters to you or come to know of your skills, neither of you can really turn down the opportunity for money. So, as each of you approach the tavern, from the outside it looks rustic, warm, and folksy. Logs, marble pillars make up most of the building's outer structure. It's impossible to see through the small curtain windows, but you can just kind of feel the joy radiating from the outside. As you enter the tavern through the old wooden door, you're welcomed by a pleasant atmosphere and dancing people. The bartender and barmaids are working up a sweat, still manage to kind of give you a welcoming nod, wave you down. It's all alluring inside as it is on the outside. Hardwood beams support the upper floor, and huge lamps are attached to them. The walls are loaded with hundreds of memorabilia, all signed and most likely donated by customers. The tavern itself is pretty packed. Groups belonging to some kind of organization, whether sport or music or something, you're not really sure, seem to be primary clientele here, which is often a good sign. Several long tables are occupied by several smaller groups of people. The other smaller tables are also occupied by people who seem to be close with the owner, though they happily welcome you among their midst. Even most of the stools at the bar occupied, though nobody seems to mind more company. So, Azil,
Mhm.
what are you doing?
And I'm just like walking in now.
Yep.
I would be looking for whomever I was sent to grab or to talk with. That would be my first plan of action. Not really trying to partake too much in the festivities of the tavern, more to just get going.
So you're not really sure
Okay.
what any of them look like, so you're more than welcome to ask around.
Yeah, I would go up to the barkeep and just do what I can to talk to them. Once I have their attention, I'd be like, "Excuse me, I'm looking for three others that are supposed to be my companions. Have you heard of this? Have you heard of anyone who's checked in already?"
And he kind of leans over. He's wiping mucus. He's like, three people. Well, I mean, the bar's pretty packed with people. Depends on. Give me a more description who you're looking for. Maybe I might be able to help you. I don't know. We're busy all the time.
To be honest, I don't know what my companions look like. To be honest, I was just given a letter to accommodate Councilwoman. How do I pronounce her name?
Isra.
Isra. That's all I really know. I don't know of the other companions.
Okay, he stops wiping his glass. Oh, so you're here to see Isra? Okay. Well, since it is just you first, if you don't mind having a seat, and when the other 3 show up, I will give you your further instructions and point you out.
Oh, that would be great. Where's the best place for me to go?
Well, we have many tables. You can sit here at the bar, order a drink. We have a meeting room off to the side that you are more than welcome to wait at.
That's where I'd go.
Okay, and he points you over into this room to the
Okay.
side that I meet right there.
Cool.
Right, Kopi, what are you doing?
I don't know. Have I arrived yet?
Yes.
Okay.
All kind of filing in one by one.
Okay. Chancellor Kopi would probably walk in and take a look at the state of the place. He was told he's going to perform here, so he's going to kind of be looking more or less for a stage of some kind to see kind of what's expected. You know, is it going to be a big crowd? Does he have to worry about, does he need guards? That kind of thing.
So there's no real stage. There's like kind of a central area over by the fireplace. There's a kind of a flutist off to the corner playing right now, but your main performance won't be here. You're more than welcome to play here, but your main performance will be once you enter Brightwood later.
Oh, All right. Then let's see here. Let's see what I have here. If that is the case, then I'd probably go up to the bartender. Sit on down. Hello, good sir.
Good day to you. How can I assist you today? Could I get you a mead? Maybe some fire whiskey. I could maybe some bread. You might be a little hungry after your travels. I can help you today.
I'd like a soft mead. I don't want to get drunk, but a little bit of something would be nice.
Soft meat. Okay, so we have a honey meat that's very light on the palate. Cranberry meat, which is
Oh.
pretty local to the area. It's made by the local winery.
Let's go with cranberry because that is good for my horns.
The cranberry, all right. And so he turns around, takes about a minute or two, pull it out, pour you a glass, slide it to you.
As he
across the
does that,
counter.
Kopi's like shining his horns.
And what brings you to Braemar? We don't see many new people. Mostly the local farmers and such.
Oh, you know, satanic cults and whatnot, and those kinds. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Like,
here.
Squints his eyes a little bit at you.
He's kind of like pointing the tips of his horns. Like, it's a joke. It's a joke. I'm actually here to perform, and I'm here with a group, apparently. And he kind of pulls out the scroll. Yeah. Giza.
He
That
reaches
girl.
out, takes your hands, and closes the scroll. You are here to see Councilwoman Isra? Yes.
Yes, that's the one.
All right, you are the second to arrive. If you would please, any motions off the meeting room to the side. If you would please wait in there for me.
How much was it for the mead?
2 silver.
All right, I'll go ahead and pay the man.
Takes it, pockets it. All right. Vind, what are you doing?
So I'm just walking into the bar right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make a beeline straight for the barkeep.
All right.
And I go, excuse me. I'm looking for a Councilwoman Isra. Where do I meet her?
Points to the meeting room.
Okay, thank you. And I just go straight to the meeting room.
All right. And then lastly, for Farathier. Yes.
Farathier, close enough.
Farathier. There we go.
Yes. So my companion's name is Kareen.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So me and Kareen come in. I'm like flaunting one of my daggers, spinning around my hand, you know. Oh man, the last time I was in here, I got kind of wasted. What about you, Kareen?
I watched you get very wasted, and then I dragged your drunken ass back to the campsite.
Sounds about right. Well, we all know why I'm here, and you're here to go to the bar. So I'm just gonna head over to the meeting room because I'm assuming that's where we're gonna be at, right, Karina?
Yes.
Always good.
Already
Just
rolling her eyes, ignoring you.
go hide in a corner like a good little drow. I'll see you later. And I walk over to the meeting room.
All right, so going down the list in order how you all arrived, why don't you describe your character appearance to one another?
Yeah. So Azil is wearing kind of like temple robes. Not exactly sure what color they would be. Creature, what color would they look like?
They would be of a kind of a rusted, almost dried blood color.
Okay.
And like a smoky gray.
Yeah. And so I'd be wearing that, maybe a holy symbol around my neck. No weapons or anything that you can see on me, as this, from what Azil knows, is that it's more of a meeting place and talking rather than like anything else. He has kind of medium length blonde or brown hair, dark brown eyes, kind of just an average looking person, not ugly, and like exceptionally good looking, just more you wouldn't double take at Ezio. Yeah.
And next, I believe it was Kopi.
Yeah. Yep. What's up?
describe your character appearance to the rest
Okay.
of your party.
Sure. Kopi is probably about 5'8". His skin is like a how do I put this? A rose red color. His horns are a nice brown, probably about 4 or 5 inches top his head. His hair is a full white as well as the color of his eyes. It looks like he almost has no irises. His outfit is like a nice light forest green, um, and he wears long boots.
Right, and Vin?
All right. So he's got as he walks in, he's pulling off a hood because he was wearing the hood as he came into the bar. He's got like medium length blonde hair or brown hair just right past his neck. He has these sort of like weird like lightish blue tattoos on his face that go under his hairline and then go down past his neck and underneath his armor, which is it's leather, but it's like mismatched in a bunch of different pieces. Like some looks like it's high quality, some looks like it's really low quality, and it's the wrong kind of colors, and it looks really kind of shabby. He's pretty tall. He's 5, just over 6 foot.
Right, and Fair.
Cool. So I'm about 6 feet tall. I have silver hair with bright, piercing blue eyes. Wearing leather armor. I got daggers like strapped to myself all over the place. And then there's this book hanging from a chain on my waist. And I'm pretty confident and not like meek or anything. I just stroll right into the room and see this group of travelers. And in Elvish, I throw out a "Oi, brother" to Spoon's character.
Oh, greetings. How are you today?
Well, we're about to find out, aren't we?
Sounds like it.
Feel free to talk for.
Yeah, I think Azil would stand up and shake everyone's hand that comes in the door to introduce himself. And he would introduce himself as Azildun. Nothing, unless anyone says anything to me, that's all I kind of say and sit down and keep to myself for the time being.
When you shake my hand, my name is Vind.
It's nice to meet you.
You too.
I'm Kopi.
Nice to meet you.
Just like a random wave.
Yeah,
Looking over Kopi. Play us a song, Bard.
Cast us a spell, magic caster.
Who says I'm a magic caster?
I don't know. It's either you stab people or you cast magic. It was a guess. I wanted to go with the one that's not deadly.
Spells can be deadly. I'm sure you'll find that out pretty soon.
Oh, I know. But I guess he'd pull out his whistle sticks and just kind of fiddle with them a little bit. He's not actually quite playing anything, just kind of tapping lightly with a nice beat. And then he'll hum. Nothing like over exaggerated, just a nice entrance to what he can do. Should I roll a performance, or is this?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a performance for me to check won't be too high. Since you're not full out.
Let's see.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Good lord.
So even though you were just messing around and downplaying, it sounds so fucking nice. Like, this is like the best music you have ever heard. Like, not all of the music in Braywood or the Isles could compare to this one singular whatever that he's playing.
It's like the step up version of Cups.
That is some music. I'm buying you a drink.
Vin just starts clapping.
Kopi, in my experience, tieflings don't necessarily play instruments. How did you come to learn how to play these? And what are they? I've never seen them before.
Oh, these whistle sticks. I kind of made them myself. I was bored one day and decided, you know what? I'm just going to do this. Took actually 3 years to make, but they're pretty fun. And I guess he would kind of do a little bit of a twirl so you could hear as he flicks and bangs the way that the tunes come from the pipes themselves.
Well, it sounds quite nice. You did a good job.
Thank you. So how about you? What is it you do?
I've spent most of my life as a healer. I've been learning at the temple, and I assume that's why I was chosen. Was I've been at pretty high in my order, and I assume I was taken not so much as as more as defense to make sure that the caravan gets there and gets back in one piece without anyone getting too hurt or dying.
Are you sitting down?
Yeah. After I introduce
So-
myself, I would sit down.
I like lean over and I look into your eyes and say, "So, is all of you still together?" I know
I'm
what
not
you guys.
sure what you mean.
Oh, a young one. Okay. Maybe I'll ask at another time.
Okay. Well, what's your story then?
Uh, let's just say I'm well traveled and call it good.
I think we're all well traveled. We're here, but where's your favorite place then?
Wherever I'm making money.
That's fair.
Sounds like it's here then. And Vint, what brings you here? Why do you think you were chosen?
Well, I spent a lot of my life as a wilderness guide. I've spent most of my life sort of surviving in the wilderness, and I aided a young boy who was lost in the woods and returned him to his family. And apparently, that caught the attention of the councilwoman.
Makes sense.
I'm not sure what they expect of me, but I'm willing to help. So
So at this time, the bartender opens the door back up, motions you guys kind of together outside around the fireplace. Councilwoman Isra, we'll see you now. And as you all walk out, you notice that sitting at the fireplace are three people kind of sitting all grouped up.
I didn't do it. He did it. And I point over to the oracle.
And can you guys see the tokens on the map?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So the woman in the middle, of elfish origin, chestnut long hair pulled kind of really tight in a ponytail. She has a very chiseled face, very large, round green eyes. She's just kind of looking about the patrons very thoughtfully, kind of enjoying the company, the sound, the music. She has tribal marks that kind of run down her cheekbones, connect under her chin, and go down to her collarbone. Even in the chair, you could tell she's very poised. She sits up tall, straight. She carries her elvish origin very well. And so some of you may know this. This is Councilwoman Isra. On either side of her are two tieflings. One is a white hair, pink eyes, white horns. He looks not so happy to be there. He looks almost uncomfortable. He's kind of glowering at the crowd. He's in leather armor, red shirt, brown pants, kind of downplayed attire. And then on the other side is a tiefling woman. Unlike Kobe or this tiefling man, she looks more human in appearance. She has kind of this mocha tanned colored skin, long brown hair that's kind of peeking out of a jade headdress. She has kind of a jade colored covering over her mouth, and she's kind of dressed in kind of like what a traditional sari would look like. And from what you can see, you can't really see her mouth, but you can see kind of like a twinkle in her brown eyes. She's looking around happily. She's kind of dancing in her seat to the music. And you are welcome to approach.
Azil would walk up and just say, Councilwoman Isra, it's great to meet you, and it's good to finally get this started. I was told to be here, so here I am.
She'll stand, reach out her hand to you. Azil, I presume. Yes, Azil Dun?
Yes, that's correct.
Azil Dun, and then the Kopi, yes?
Yeah, I'm back here. And he's like at the end of the group, like, hey, what's up?
Koopy, and then I see we have a fair here, and
Walking up, I say, "Nice to meet you again, my lady."
Yes. Remind me
Ooh,
never
that is
again to invite you to my villa.
Yeah.
And Vin.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
So, as addressed in your letter, you will be escorting these two here. Philipsis, she motions to the tiefling female, is one of Councilwoman Zahala's most trusted priestesses. It is your duty to keep her quite safe. If she turns up harmed, I cannot save you from the Councilwoman's wrath. And then this is her interpreter, Nephemos. And he just kind of nods to you.
Peace up, A-Town down.
Yeah, I point to Kopi and say, "This is Kopi, our interpreter."
You know,
Interpreter
using slang.
for slang. Right. So your horses are in the stables around back. They're already packed with your rations. Fairthea, I understand that Karina's here waiting for me.
Yes, as per our agreement.
All right. She will be paid. You will not, since that you're not helping me. And
Whatever. It's still my pocket anyways.
and she just kind of motions. You are all free to leave again with post haste. This is, I understand, quite important. There's something in my eye.
Holding up my finger to my nose. Oh, so important. And then I walk over to Karina.
As you're walking away, you feel something creep around your ankle. And I need you to make me a dexterity check.
Felt that one coming, boys.
I'd give you a bardic inspiration, but I think you have this coming.
It's also funny.
A dex save or a deck check?
Dex save.
Okay. Oh,
Ooh,
5. Oh,
Rough.
As you take a step, you feel something creep up around your ankle, latch on quite hard, and yank you out from under your feet, sending you face first into the tavern floor. And as you turn around, you see a vine has sprouted through the woodwork to wrap around your ankle and trip you. And Councilwoman Ezra is looking away, trying to stifle a laugh while remaining stoic and professional at the same time.
oh, it looks like I've been drinking too hard again. Whew.
Actually, I think you've just been eating the floor.
Shut up, Kopi.
That sounds about right.
The tiefling man kind of looks around. Are you guys ready to go yet? You're taking absolutely forever. And the tiefling female, you see her kind of touch his shoulder and then make a set of gestures with her hands. She does it, it's very fluid like as she makes each symbol as she's looking at the tiefling male Nephemos. He rolls his eyes. He's like, I don't have to be nice to them. They just have to take me back to Braywood. And you see her again do another set of hand motions. And if you guys want to make me, I'll say a history check, if you're paying attention to what's going on.
Oh, I'm paying attention very carefully.
Yeah,
Ooh.
for sure.
I got a 10.
12.
17. Let's go.
Boy.
So Kopi, Vind, and Azil, you have a vague knowledge of what she's doing. You kind of heard it every now and like through the woodworks. You've maybe seen it from priests on the streets teaching younger children. Further, you know this quite well. growing up kind of in the guard, you've seen it maybe more common than the others, but she is speaking in sign language
Oh, okay.
to Nefemos.
So I get up from the floor and walk over to Karina.
She's drinking and conversing now with Ezra.
Oh, Karina, this lady is so lovely, just as I remember her.
Well, you never really had quite the way with the ladies ever. So I mean, I don't blame her.
Fair point. But you're still around, right?
Only because you pay me.
Yeah, that's fair too. So we're about to take off. Could be 2 days, could be a couple longer than 2 days. But just so you know, I'm leaving the guild in your capable hands.
It will probably be even better off without you while you're gone.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take note of that, and then I pull out my book and write in the
Savage.
book, and then I close the book and put it back on my waist. Yeah. Okay. Well, good luck with your work. Pat her on the shoulder and walk back to the group.
Great. And are you guys walking to the stables?
Yes.
I guess. I don't think we have much of an option.
All right. And with that, you all gather your horses.
Oh, God. Do we have to roll to ride them?
No.
Okay.
Before I get on my horse, I just want to double check and see if the rations are in there. On the saddlebags.
Make me a perception check.
Ooh.
18, that's not bad.
Yeah, everything seems to be accounted for. 2 days worth, just as she promised.
Excellent. And I just hop on the horse.
All right, and you guys head off. And can I please have your marching order?
Dibs first.
Dibs middle.
I'll be second.
Ooh, I don't know if Azul would be first. I probably would stay closer to the person of interest.
Alright,
Just
so-
We
Okay,
wanna have
Kofi
them-
will be
we wanna
last.
have them in the middle.
I know my skills, and my skills are not going to be fighting things.
I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah.
We want to have our two charges in the middle.
Yep. So I have
So I'll actually be in the back if we're gonna have the charges in the middle.
right. So I have Fairthier in the front,
Be right behind him.
Azale behind him, Philipsis and Nephemos in the middle, and then Kopi and Vind taking up the rear.
Yeah, and on our walk, I would say, well, how far is Fairthier? Fairthier's right in front of me,
We'll say
right? Like he's the person in the marching order who's in front of me.
yeah. We'll say you're walking kind of 2 by 2, but pretty
Yeah.
a little bit staggered to where he's slightly ahead of you.
And I would say Fairthier, I couldn't help but overhear. You already know the councilwoman. How did that come?
Like I said, I'm well traveled.
Well,
From the way it sounds, I think you just got drunk.
No. Let's just say I've met a lot of people doing what I do.
well, so have I. I've healed several hundred thousands, but I've still never met the councilwoman. That's usually a pretty high honor.
Do you know what the Dawn Wolves are?
Can I make history check to know what the Dawn Wolves are? I can't hear you. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. 10.
You've heard of them in passing through Braywood,
Mm-hmm.
but
Well,
they're mostly a group that when you've seen them, they're with political figures.
okay. Well, you know, I've walked through the streets and heard names and things, but I don't know much about them other than they hold a decent political standing with the figures that they walk with.
It's not so much as that. It's just we make sure that nobody messes with ambassadors while on the streets or on their way to functions. So you could say I'm kind of a big deal in the whole protection agency.
So it makes sense that a bodyguard would be hired to do a bodyguard's work. Okay.
but the thing is, like, I founded the group, so like it's got to be super important for me to be here. Otherwise, I would have let like Karina back there do it.
Yeah, nobody wants to die again, right?
Well, of course not.
Okay. How many members are in your guild hall?
Oof. Like total, maybe 100, maybe. I don't do the numbers. Karina does all that stuff.
Interesting. And then I kind of let the conversation end unless he has any questions for me.
I checked to see how he's riding the horse.
Riding normally? I
I
don't
mean,
like a
riding the horse.
Yes, like I mean, like, so he said one of his rumors, as you well know, involves possible
castration.
removal of certain things.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like see if the rumor is true and see if he's like confident in what he's doing or just like, ow.
How gingerly is he riding the horse?
I don't think
Exactly.
I think that I am riding it perfectly fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
That would
fine.
be the worst
That's fine.
giveaway.
Balls or no
I mean,
balls, I can
riding-
ride this horse.
Riding a horse for a long time, no matter how well you know how to ride a horse, is still kind of
True.
uncomfortable.
True. I'm just looking for any signs.
Yeah.
But it's you guys just started. It's about mid-morning, so you're pretty early on into the journey. Let me roll some dice real quick.
Do your thing. Do any of you guys want to have conversations while we're riding or walking or doing anything with anyone? While
Vind
she's setting
is
us up.
completely quiet and is just keeping an eye on the road.
At this point, I don't think Kopi's quite up to opening up yet.
Makes sense.
And then, so for the first 2 hours of riding, I need everyone to make a perception check.
Here we go.
Okay,
Here we go.
Mario.
There we go. Oh, that's not bad.
Nice. Noise. Ooh.
Oof.
So, right there, I mean, the sky's pretty, the day's nice.
It is. My horse looks wonderful.
The horse is a little bit uncomfortable, which is kind of distracting you.
Kopi will tap him in the shoulder. The road's that way.
You're way back there. You're way back there.
But
Of course.
everything seems pretty quiet. It's about fall, 2 days out from the Festival of Awakening, 2 days out from the Festival of Awakening, which will be by the time you guys arrive. A little windy, kind of chilly, but it's not too bad. And you guys continue on for another 2 hours. If I can get another set of perception checks.
Rip me.
Ooh.
That's oh wait, hold on. That was a 1 and a 2.
Hey.
Hey, there. Went
There
from
it is.
went from sky is blue to
Hyper focused. All right. So, Vin, the butterfly has landed on your saddle.
I've never ridden a horse before.
And it's beautiful and it's nice. You've never seen one this color this time of year before.
It's a beautiful butterfly.
Um,
Does anyone see this?
Azil, you don't really notice anything too out of the ordinary.
Mhm.
It just is regular. Kofi and Farathir, as you're riding, you see very flittingly out of the corner of your eyes, as you're kind of trotting along, kind of flickers of movement in the bushes, and they're keeping either with pace with you or slightly ahead of you.
Kopi will slowly draw his rapier.
Are you going to stop, keep riding, let the others know?
I think he'll give like a whistle, like a.
Oh, I see it, boys. We might have a problem here.
What seems to be the issue?
There's a group that's keeping pace with us just outside of my line of sight. Well, actually, with my nat 20, what else do I see?
So through the trees, as you guys are kind of slowing down, just ahead, about right here, in the very thicket of dark green,
Right where?
you see bone white.
I don't think we're on the map.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
At the
move you guys
tavern.
over now.
Yeah, we're still at the tavern.
I do that so many times.
Perfect. Cool.
There.
Oh,
So
sweet.
Where are they seeing them?
over here, where I'm pinging,
Okay.
amidst the green thicket, you see a flash of bone white as you see a mask with hollowless eyes and no mouth.
Okay.
And then
I-
it's
I
gone.
Draw my
That looks
bow
like a thing.
and just rest it on the saddle.
So this thing was like a mask. I say I'm just gonna blast this and see what happens. How do you guys feel about that?
We don't know what it is. It might not be anything important.
Well, after I fire it, it certainly isn't gonna be anything. And I dismount from my horse.
It might not even be bad though.
True,
Maybe.
but this thing looked creepy, and I don't like creepy.
Yeah, but you look creepy, and I don't like creepy.
Well, you have freaking horns. You're the epitome of creepy, dude. And then I start walking towards the bushes.
It's one salty boy.
All right, you should be able to have control of your token. When you click on it, you'll see like a green circle and a blue circle. Green circle is your health. Blue
Cool.
circle is your experience.
Cool.
Cool beans.
And what are you doing?
Just scanning, maybe like looking for tracks or anything.
So make me another perception check.
While he's doing that, can I sneak up this way?
Which way?
Like dismount from my horse and sneak up here?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna move up here. You want
Are
me to do
you,
a stealth
so are
check?
you, yep. So I need a stealth.
Oh!
So you get up to that bush and you're thinking, man, was I fucking hallucinating or some shit?
Quite
Like,
possible. You
like,
just
did I
so
drink and not know it?
the rest of the group sees me like knocking my head.
And,
You're all right over there.
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yes.
Well, is it something or what is it?
I'm just gonna come back on the horse.
You're gonna come back to the horse. Bend, what are you doing? You are.
So I'm just trying to get a better look from this side.
I mean, it's an open field.
So there's nothing there.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing really for you to hide behind if you're stealthing through a field. So I mean, you're being quiet.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, no, I was just trying to be quiet and just keep low,
Mhm.
make like a low, like a smaller profile of myself.
So make me a perception check.
Not bad.
16. Let me check something real fast.
Meanwhile, while you're checking that, I'm making like the sign language sign for trouble to our little protector.
Do you know sign language?
Oh, I guess not. I guess I'm trying to make the sign for trouble.
I'm failing, probably.
You
So
see
the
her
rest,
kind of-
the rest of the group just sees like a.
she does like a small sign, and Nephemos is like, she's mute. She is not deaf. She knows what's going on.
Oh.
Well, good to know. Thanks for sharing that information.
And you see him pulling out daggers. Then you don't see fucking shit. It's a
Wow.
field. There's some bushes.
Okay.
Kobe's
Well,
just
I don't
gonna
see
walk up.
anything. I'm gonna come back to my horse.
You're gonna walk up to the bush.
Hello.
You're opening the bush.
Here's Johnny.
God. You need an axe for that.
I mean, I'm probably gonna get hit, but I mean, everybody's like checking out this bush, and Kopi's just like, all right,
What's
if there's something
your
in
armor class?
13.
13. So you see, barely missing you, a scimitar come jutting out of the bush and like right through under your armpit where you have the bushes opened.
Okay.
And I need everyone to roll initiative as a set of 4 bandits.
Bloody hooker.
Oh fuck.
Come out.
You should have listened to me, boys.
Ooh.
Well, you weren't gonna do it.
We did listen. You walked up to a bush, hit your face a couple times, and came back.
Let's see here.
Yeah. Might be
Thanks.
questioning the competency of the group, or of some of the people in the group.
Oh,
Someone.
We're probably gonna die here anyway.
I'm probably
Learn it.
TPK. TPK.
There we go.
4.
Oh, I forgot to click on my token first. Sorry.
Oh, nice. Not bad.
Yeah, that ain't bad. Just what's in the bush? Let me check the bush. There's nothing in the bush. Walks back.
Double that one.
Walks back, almost gets struck.
Yeah.
But you said there was nothing in this fucking bush. I found something. There's something in the bush. It's
It
deadly.
was the bush.
Any spell slots?
Is it bad that the bard's the one trying to be the tank right now?
Yeah. We don't really have a tank, so.
Yeah, we literally don't have a tank.
This is not going well.
The closest person to a tank will probably be me in the future, just with the tough. When we level
And
up
the
and
armor
stuff.
class?
Yeah, I have a shield and stuff, so.
Oh my. All right, I've got it. So I'm gonna cast Unseen Seven. You guys watch, and my Unseen Seven's gonna pull the pants down. We run, and we're done. We go. Right? That's the plan. Everybody ready?
I don't like your plan.
It's not like you're coming up with one. Oracle?
touche.
Any ideas?
Well, we have to. It just depends on what they're here for. We don't know. They followed us, but nothing's happened.
They
So.
swung at me.
They're bandits, Oracle.
All right. And with that, we are at the top of the
Yes.
round.
By their
But that's
picture,
not-
are they wearing masks?
Yes, they're wearing white masks, black sunken eyes, and no mouth.
Yep.
So is it just? Does the mask continue over the mouth? And there's just no mouth as part of the mask.
Totally taken one.
Well, I will go ahead and Sacred Flame the person that just tried to stab Kopi.
Thank you.
That one?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for one. make that dexterity save.
Oh. Well, thanks for the try.
Your sacred flame goes right on past him.
Damn. All right.
Channeling his inner Alex.
And I'll stay where I'm at, close to the person that I need to protect.
All right. Kopi, what you doing? You almost got stabbed. This guy has his scimitar kind of like right under your armpit. What are you doing?
Well, I guess he's got a face only a mother could love. And rapier. Damn it.
Hey, you missed too. Right under his armpit.
Alrighty.
Starting off good.
All right.
Well,
This-
I'm not done yet. I'm going to move 5 feet over, still in his attack range.
Mhm.
But I'm going to move out of the way of our caster there.
And I forgot to mention that I did not click on my token, so I got a 16.
Oh, you got a 16.
Yeah.
How dare you?
I forgot, okay?
That is a grievous sin, sir.
I was so
Never
flustered
again.
about Nat wooding the bush.
Double that one.
Fair Fear, what's your dex?
Hey, it is ooh,
Now
Oof.
wanting the bush.
Nat
Nice.
wanting the bush. My dex score is 15. Modifier of 2.
15?
Oh, 4. Wait, yeah, 15.
15? Alright, so you'll go first. What are you doing?
Suck it. Eldritch Blast time. So I line up my palm, just like gauge the distance, see if I'm doing it right, and then pew pew pew.
Who are you shooting at?
The guy that tried to poke my little friend.
Alright, and you do that. You hit him. Roll your damage.
Suck it. Suck it.
10?
Yeah.
Alright, this bandit right here looks like he's bleeding the fuck out.
Oof.
Like he's barely hanging in there now.
And then I charge forward to right about there.
Alright.
Push forward 5 feet.
This bandit up here is going to take a crossbow shot at Philipsis.
Fuck. Okay.
And it just goes right on past him. Or right on past her. This bandit here is going to rush up to you, Ben, and he's going to try to hit you with his scimitar and try to knock you off your horse. What's your armor class?
14.
Right, so he misses you as well.
Cool.
So this one, with his last breath he has, is gonna try and stab at Kofi.
Oh no!
Sorry, buddy.
What's your armor class, Kofi?
13.
All right, so you're gonna take 2 slashing damage.
How much?
2, as he just kind of cuts across your arm.
Oh, you're gonna die. That was Italian silk.
What's Italy? What's Italian?
What's your mom?
Fair point. She's probably older than your great grandmother.
This one down here is going to take a crossbow shot at Zeal. And that one's also going to miss and just kind of go right past you. Min, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take a stab at this guy right here, the one that charged up to me with my rapier. Ooh,
Nice.
that hit.
Which one? Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And you stab him right through the heart as
Oh boy.
he just kind of falls and collapses dead around your rapier.
Hey, first kill. Hey.
Nethemos is going to just kind of stay protectively around Ellipsis. Daggers at the ready for anyone that tries to come near, and back to top of the round with Azil. What are you doing?
Well, no one was hit, except for like a couple points of damage. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I had my spellcasting thing in wrong, so this one will be correct there for one again, but dexterity 14 instead of 11 or 12 or whatever.
Which one are you shooting at?
This guy over here, or no, sorry, this one over here, the one that was close to death.
That one?
Yeah, I forgot he hadn't died yet.
And you hit him with your sacred flame. What does that look like when he dies?
Yeah, so the sacred flame from Zeal is like barely noticeable that he's casting it. It's basically like he's just sitting there, maybe like slowly muttering a few words, and then like the radiant light just like comes down and burns him. So that's all it is like maybe wherever he was struck before by the Eldritch Blast, if there was like a cut or whatever, that part of him starts to burn where it hits him.
All right. And does that end your turn? You
Yeah,
move?
I'm gonna stay next to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her name was the priestess's name was Velipses.
Valipsis, Vally.
So is that guy dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
PSIS.
Sorry, Kopi.
And then it was Nephmenos for the interpreter.
Yep.
Oh.
NEPHMENOS.
Let's
Sweet.
see what I got
I'm
here.
gonna make sure I get their names right.
Yeah.
Menos and ellipses.
All right, Kopi, what are you doing?
Let's see here. So let's see. It's 10, 20, 30. Kopi special, tossing a dagger at that guy.
This one?
Oh,
Shit, that's an
Oh,
11.
the
That's
11.
an 11.
Dang, I was like,
Oh man.
I double clicked by mistake.
When you throw your dagger,
Yep.
it falls short, kind
Okay.
of thudding next to his foot.
As a bonus action, can I give let's give Mitchell bardic inspiration on the fact that just looks so pitiful. He must do better.
All right, what kind of bardic inspiration are you going to give him?
I guess it's a 1d6 bardic.
Are you gonna sing? Are you gonna dance? Are you gonna?
I'm gonna look
Tell
at him
me
and do this
pretty.
like little trot thing and point to the dagger and go, "Do it, kill him!"
perfect.
Right, you have bardic inspiration.
Perfect.
inspired.
Kill him!
Farathier, what are you doing?
I got 30 feet, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Just gonna place myself right there.
Mhm.
An Eldritch Blast, that little
That
punk.
one?
Yeah,
Alright.
for taking a shot at our little friend there. So, pew pew pew.
Oh,
Yep. So your Eldritch Blast just kind of whizzes right on by him, right past his head.
Ah, ah.
But he is going to shoot back at you with his crossbow.
Fair.
What's your
That's fair.
That is
your armor class?
13.
Yep. So his arrow goes right past.
oh.
Man, my bandits can't hit the shit.
Yeah.
Well, this one's dead, so he's out of here. And that one's dead, so he's out of here.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's really left, or yeah, these two. Cool. So this one, Kopi,
Yes.
is gonna take a shot at you with his crossbow.
All right. How much damage?
Does an 11 hit?
No.
All right. So yep, that goes right on past you.
Aha.
Find. What are you doing?
So I want to take a shot at this guy up here, the one that's to the like past Farathier, up to the top of the map,
Mhm.
with my short bow.
Your short bow.
Ooh,
Damn.
so I'm assuming that hits. So
Yep. Full damage. 8.
oh yes.
All right.
And then I'm gonna move just one square towards Valipses.
Alrighty. Nephemos is still just gonna hold his ground. Azil.
Well, don't really have much else I can do, so what is my I think I have range on everybody. Yeah. No, I'll just attack the one to my left, the one that's closest to us with Sacred Flame again. A little bit better damage.
Nice.
And you, this one?
Yeah. So
And you do that. You hit him for 6 points
awesome.
of damage.
Is
The
he
clouds
dead?
part and the sun burns his skin.
Oh, that was cool.
Don't need the bardic yet, so. And
No
that'll
one
be
ever
the end.
does. Because
And that'll be the end.
Ready, Kobe, what are you doing?
okay. So Kopi's getting fed up and not hitting anything. So 5, 10, 15. He's gonna stare at this guy and like literally just go, boom,
Oh boy.
thunderwave.
Is that how he does it? It's just boom.
No, he's just boom.
That's awesome.
Yep, so you do that, but as you do, he plants his feet and holds his ground as you thunder wave him, but he still takes half of 9.
It'd
4.
be 4.
Yep, so takes 4 points of damage, and he is barely hanging in there.
I'm gonna take that mask.
All right, and is that your turn?
That would end his turn.
Fear, what are you doing?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Look at you, boy. I'm right up in his face.
All right, what you doing?
Taking my little dagger and stabby.
Okay, stabby. Roll your damage.
Ha ha ha. Suck it.
And 2 damage.
Ha! One better.
Just enough, and you stab him.
Can I just like plant it in his forehead?
Yeah, so you just stab him right in the forehead, and he just kind of crumples to the ground.
Well, you can't have this mask, Kopi, but maybe you can have one of the other ones.
I don't know. I think it's kind of thematic if he's got a giant hole in one.
I've got one here. Don't worry, it's okay.
And then I end my turn.
So he's dead. Dead.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm gonna move over here and take a shot at the guy with my short bow.
All right, go for it.
All right.
First bad one.
And you miss.
Damn.
The gods are smiling on this one man as he just barely clings to life.
All right. And I'm just gonna be the end of my turn.
Right, so I don't know why I deleted him from the turn order, but Kopi is gonna make one last attempt to strike out at you with the scimitar.
All
17.
right. That'll hit.
He'll hit you for 5 slashing damage.
Ooh.
Tank it up. Tank
Yeah.
it up.
I'm at 3.
Rough.
Efemos. Seeing an opportunity, he's going to pull out a crossbow and try and shoot that last bandit. For 13, yep. And with that, the bandit drops dead with an arrow straight through the little eye hole in the mask.
Oh, nice.
And that will end combat.
Precision. And
That was
now,
a fine shot.
Kopi, come here. I can fix that for you. Give me a moment here.
What do you mean?
The wounds. Give me a moment.
Oh.
While he's doing that, I investigate the body in front of me with my 12 investigation score.
And I kneel like by Kopi, and I kind of like rub my hands together, and there's like a small radiant light, and I hold them on to his wounds for a moment, and gets healed for 9.
Nice. Back to
full.
full.
So with that, well, you find, let's see, you find 16 copper pieces.
Cool. What's his face look like? Apart from the giant hole in his head.
Do you take the mask off?
Yeah.
It just looks like a normal man, brown hair, green eyes.
I put the mask in my pocket.
It looks very thuggish.
Cool. Mask is going in my backpack.
All right, what is everybody else doing?
Could I recover my arrows?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Kopi's picking up his dagger and then searching the other guy over here.
Which one? The
The one.
you're in front of? All right, roll me investigation.
What?
Roll me investigation.
Okay.
And I just say to myself, note to self,
13.
5 more arrows.
13, you're going to find 15 silver pieces.
Banging.
Nice.
Azil would just kind of like make rounds and make sure everybody else is okay. I believe Kopi was the only one who actually took damage.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Rub it in.
I go behind the bushes.
Do you
And
got
then
a key?
I use the mask of many faces to turn myself into one of those guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, you can't see me, so
Oh, true. That's meta.
Well,
Alright.
first roll me stealth.
okay, fine.
God damn it, Alex.
Alex is like, hey, you guys want to see a character die in 2 hours?
Fucking hell.
You are all welcome to roll perception checks to try.
Not worth it.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would be like, let me make sure I know where he's at.
I wouldn't be looking for him specifically, but I would have been keeping an eye out for more people. So, I don't know if that counts or not.
Yeah, really.
I mean, roll it if you
Ooh,
Oh, fuck.
man, so close.
Close. You'd still have to hit a natural 20, though. A natural 20 is almost like a complete success.
Yeah, it depends on how we're doing it.
Right, fair there. You are behind that bush. You are stealthy as fuck, and you are turning into a bandit.
Cool. So I just like pull my hand, and then my whole body becomes the bandit with the mask. And then I walk out of the bushes and say, "Hey guys, look at this costume."
I shoot an arrow at him.
Roll for it.
Good God.
14 is what's your
That's
armor?
a hit.
That
A
does
hit.
hit.
Roll damage.
Okay.
And the first death was made.
So yeah, an arrow.
I'm a jumpy dude.
An arrow comes flying out of nowhere, hitting you square in the shoulder.
I don't know what you are. I'm jumpy.
Your disguised self diminishes.
Oh,
Oh.
God. I said costume, bro. Costume.
Why would you do that?
You don't jump out of a fucking bush and
We
just
just
say,
killed those
"Hey, guys,
people.
I'm
Why would you do that?
Because it was funny.
Is it still funny?
real funny."
It hurts, but it's also funny.
What are you thinking?
I go over to him and pull out my arrow.
Before he does, I'm gonna pull out the arrow and snap it in half.
Oh, man.
It's already going so well.
You
deserve that.
Are you all right in the head? What's happening?
I'm perfectly fine. Just these things happen when you travel with people you don't know, I guess.
Kobe will head to.
You bait them into shooting you?
Yasar?
Which one?
How do you pronounce her name?
The girl?
Yes, the countess
The
or
girl is Philipses.
Let's see.
the one we're actually like transporting.
Yeah.
Philipses is the one we're doing it for the for Isra.
Is the tiefling
So-
that you're transporting. Isra was the elvish councilwoman back at the tavern. You're transporting them for Zaala.
So he's just gonna kind of walk up to her. He's not gonna touch her. He's just gonna be like looking over just lightly. Are you okay?
She signs with her hands.
And then I look to the other two. Are you guys okay?
I just give a thumbs up.
I'm fine.
Not you.
Oh.
Oh.
Thanks.
we
And
are-
Kobe just like holds his finger up, like not you.
And I just walk away. I don't know how to respond to that.
we are fine. We're okay. Don't worry about this. I can handle myself, and I can take care of her. Between you and me, she can be a bit of a scaredy cat sometimes. And you see her just kind of reach over and like slap his shoulder, and then sign at him. And he just kind of doesn't really care to repeat what she signed, so you can only assume that it was a string of very not nice things.
So I've got a question then. Of course, we've but left town, but maybe a few moments, and already we've been targeted. I know this was going to be a dangerous quest, but these people are wearing masks. But it seems to be some sort of a cult or something. Do you have any more information about who might be after you?
You see her start to sign. She's looking at you and she signs. Nephimos is looking at her. Even though she can't speak, she still wants to keep eye contact with you, and she's signing to you. After she does, Nephimos translates. It's like, we do not know much on the basis of the trial that she is set to judge, but what we know is there's a man on trial for the theft of for, for the theft of a very religious artifact that was stolen from the Temple of Eight in Braywood. So
Religious artifact, you say? Hey, dude with the daggers, you still have that mask, right?
Maybe.
Well, hand it to our cleric. He's the most in religious. Maybe he can tie something with his knowledge. There might be a connection. If this is all religion, maybe he might have some information we might need.
I mean, to the DM, I have my pulse on the lifeblood of many of the goings on politically. Do I recognize anything maybe from a check that I might be able to glean from the mask?
you want to roll me an investigation check?
Investigation?
Mhm.
Oh, right.
8
No.
looks like a mask.
If you would hand it over, I can take a look. I might have seen it in some readings.
Can I give him a help action? Like maybe, I studied in college. There might kind of be some tinges. I might help him kind of,
So-
would you think it's okay?
Who are you assisting?
The cleric.
The cleric,
Or
didn't you?
the oracle.
Mhm.
Whoever has the mask.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Azil, if you want to roll investigation with advantage, since
Investigation.
Sophie-
Yeah.
Yep. Since he's
I
assisting.
mean, technically, I didn't hand over the mask, but here you go.
I mean, there's like 4 other dead bodies on the ground, so.
True.
Yeah.
So are you going to hand it to me or are you going to make me walk over?
I'm handing it to
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Let me take a look.
I want it back.
And I as I'm looking at it, I have a prayer book or whatever, so I kind of look through it, and like a journal and whatnot, and I look and I say, what do I say? What do I know?
Well,
If
I'd
anything.
roll again 1. You could still potentially get
That's fair.
a critical.
That's fair. 19.
Fair enough.
Oh,
There was a
why do you
chance.
have the double roll off?
Oh, I just clicked it off, I guess. Like
So this isn't really a religious mask
Mhm.
or religious group, but you do know, being in Brightwood, you've heard of this before. This is an underground bandit group that's kind of been terrorizing Brightwood for the later part of 5 months.
Yeah.
Called the White Bone Hash.
White bone hat.
Mhm.
Well, as I'm looking and studying this mask, I don't believe this is religious in nature. I think this is just a bandit group there known as the White Bone Hash. They've been around the area for a while now. They've been somewhat of trouble for the rangers and the like. I'm surprised that you don't know this, but especially with how well traveled you are. But that's who they are. And I hand the mask back to Alex.
White bone.
Berethier.
Interesting.
I've had reports of this, but so many wannabes use masks these days. They all look the same, and I put it in my bag.
Real helpful.
Yeah.
I would keep our eyes peeled as they seem to have maybe some stake in making sure that Velipsis doesn't get there on
I
time
think
or
it's
at all.
likely that they're working for the one on trial.
Well, here's the thing now. We are but a few things from town. We've already been attacked. I think we need to take a bit more precaution in where she stands within our group while we travel. We should have at least 2 people on either side, 1 behind, 1 in front.
Isn't that how we were traveling?
We could
Kind of.
surround
2 in
her.
front, 2 in back.
We could surround her to. She's in the middle, 1 off to the right, 1 to the left, 1 in front, and 1 behind.
Looking
Exactly.
at Vind, I say, well, I've heard that we might be traveling with one of the best scouts south of a certain mountain range.
I could ride ahead if you'd like.
Look, I know I'm gorgeous, but I am not a scout.
I look at him,
He's talking
and then I
about me.
look to the other elf.
Oh,
Yeah, I can write ahead if you'd like.
In Elvish, after you, sir.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. I was
Okay.
just saying, in Elvish, after you, sir.
So
Okay.
Vind rides off a little bit.
Yeah. I'll not too far ahead, but I'll be like 30, 40 feet ahead. Just keeping a good distance in front of me so that I can spot things first.
Right, and if you guys want to input it into that blue circle, if you click on it, you can put in the number you got. 125 experience from that.
Perfect.
All right. That's cool. That's really cool. ATXP on character. That's great.
Yay.
All right, so what is our marching order?
So I believe Vind is 30 to 40 feet in front of us. I would put Vlipsy's in the middle. I would be off to the left or the right, depending on where Emphemos, is that how you say it?
Yep.
Emphemos is, and then wherever Verithier wants to be, whether behind or in front.
I'll be in the back. Just talking to myself.
All right, so just move where you want to go. All right. And with that, after that encounter, because it's been about 4 hours, it's afternoon. You guys ride for another 3. It's kind of starting to get evening. You can either stop for the night or push for a little bit longer.
What
do you guys think?
If we don't ride long enough, it might take us more than the 2 days to get there. We might need to push on until it gets a little bit darker.
The question is can I take a look at what's ahead of us? Is there like a forest coming? Are we in rolling plains? What are we looking at ahead of us within the next couple of hours?
So it's basically just a valley, several trees spread out in the distance off to like the right. You're walking on a trail, a pretty heavily worn trail from Vermore to Braywood. Because of all of the festivities in Braywood, the trail's pretty vacant. Off to the left side of the trail in the distance is the forest that just kind of lines Vermore and Braywood on the map.
Does the trail lead into that forest or around it?
It goes right on past it. That trail goes straight into Braywood.
Well, great. I would suggest we would continue on, though keep a wide berth from that forest or that tree line.
Well, I, for one, can see in the dark, but I don't know about our human companion.
Well, thing is, I can see in the dark too. So as long as we have at least a guide or two, and we keep a slow pace, we could probably still make it. The thing is, I worry about how quickly we would have to make camp before other people start catching up to us. I mean, if that one party was only a scouting party, that means that there's more behind us.
To be fair, I don't really need to sleep like you guys do. Well, apart from the wood elf, but I'm just saying I volunteer to watch you guys as you sleep in a not creepy manner.
That's I mean
it would be less creepy if you had not said it like that.
Hey, you're 30, 40 feet away. Be quiet.
You're not talking quietly.
What was said? Sorry.
A lot of shit.
They're discussing on if they want to push further or stop for the night. It's starting to get evening. The sun's starting to set. So you can either push on or stop for the night.
Because we can all see in the dark, but you.
Yeah, but I have... I can light things up. So, not a huge deal. If we travel during the night, however, I think we will put ourselves in a bad position. The bandits most likely will have the advantage in that stake, other than if Vind can catch them before they come. But
I'm not suggesting we go through the night. I just suggest that we just travel further till we get closer to the forest. We just get closer to just travel further into the night. Not quite night yet, so
sure, that's fine. We could as long as we get there on time with everyone intact, Or at least Valipsi's intact. That's what matters.
And you're gonna keep pushing on.
Yeah. So you said it was like sort of late afternoon.
It's evening, so the sun is just starting to set.
I would say Azil will do the best to try and keep track of, like, once it's like dark, he'll light the shields on his, like, the horse's side, and then do his best to keep like an hour. Well, let's see, how long does the light cantrip last? Does it have a timer until I say?
I believe it's a cantrip. I believe you can just cast over. It lasts an hour.
Okay, so so I'll cast that, and as soon as the light goes out, that's when Azul will try and stop to the party to tell them to rest.
All right, so you guys are gonna travel for another hour.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys travel for one more hour. It's gotten a little bit darker, but it's not too bad.
It's like past sunset.
If it's past sunset, you guys have come to kind of a little alcove where you can stop and rest if you wish.
Yeah, so as the light on my shield kind of comes down, I say to the group, it might be wise now that we've traveled for about an hour after the sun has set. It might be smart to make camp and at least fortify before we allow the bandits to know of our position.
I agree.
Yes. All right. And
Awesome.
you guys begin to set up camp. And this is kind of this little alcove right here.
Right here, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we would do is or at least I would say if we put our backs to the mountain or to the little hill here, we could at least have that protection.
I agree. It's safer to have our backs against the wall. That way we can't get ambushed on all sides.
Right. And are you guys going to be taking watches, or?
I was thinking that, but I think it's actually fair to say because Farathier and I are both elves, we can just switch off because we can both trance for 4 hours.
All right. So who's going to take, I guess, the first 4 hours?
I will.
Okay.
You will?
Take a second.
Take a second. All right. And you guys set up camp.
So then I would stay awake for a little bit to have kind of conversations to try and get to know everybody, or how people have been kind of bringing up rumors and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I would say, Farathier, now that I see you and I somewhat remember, you were special forces, or you did something with the Emerald Knights. Is that how you grew to become or create your guild hall with the bodyguards?
Yep.
And did you enjoy your time with the Emerald Knights?
Yes and no. As much as someone can enjoy guarding people for days on end.
What's what you do now too, so you must enjoy it at least a little.
Well, let's just say the Isle of Lamps is only so big once you learn who everyone is.
So,
if that makes sense.
Looking over at Vin's, Vind is elf as well. He most likely is from the Isle. Vin, are you from the Isle of Lamps as well?
I am indeed.
Well, do you guys know one another beforehand?
I've never met this man.
No, I've been over on the mainland for a while now.
I spent most of my time in the wooded areas. But I left a long time ago.
But you said you saved someone?
Yeah. Recently, I was enjoying my time in the wilderness as much as one can, and I found a young boy, more like he couldn't have been more than 15. He was lost, couldn't find his way home. So I helped guide him back to his family. And I suppose his parents knew Councilwoman Zahala because she mentioned that event specifically.
that would make some sense on why you were chosen. Seems like everyone here was chosen for a specific reason, but Kopi, you seem to be the somewhat of the odd man out. We don't know much about you, other than your performances with the sticks are great. And what else have you done, or why do you think you were chosen?
Really, it was even in my letter. It's just music. I mean, I'm not particularly strong at fighting. Magic I dabble in, but I don't have necessarily a lot of it. Honestly, why I'm here, I wouldn't even know. I just, perform well, and I'm good at persuasion. That's it.
At that moment, I use the mask of many faces to turn myself into the councilwoman.
Which one?
The one that gave us our mission.
You might
Isa?
want
Yeah.
to be.
Because it's so important for all of us to be here.
You might want to be more careful on when and you cast that.
I look over at him. So important.
I would argue that the life of a person is important for us to be here.
The thing is, we've been smacked together as a team. And though, yes, sometimes a bit of mysteriousness among people is good, I think it would be good if we actually really took this a bit more serious. If you're looking more for my backstory, I went to the Bardic College. I graduated, kind of, maybe. I don't know. I'll leave that up. It's debatable on that one. That
And
one's
God
still out
with
for
a
the
D.
jury. And then from there, I kind of headed towards home, and that's when I got this letter. So, this is, how do I put it? It's not my first go around, but this is fairly serious. I don't know what exactly she's doing in the Awakening. Is it like we must do this or a giant demon comes, like Tarrasque level thing?
The Awakening is the festival that celebrates the event that kind of created life and the world. It celebrates the All-Mother and the All-Father and their union that kind of started this whole event.
So, yeah, celebrating life. I mean, it's
always
I
a good
think-
thing to do.
Yeah. The real question, why? There's something about those bandits that just rub me wrong. I call me a bit of a nagging person, but I don't think that was a coincidence, and I don't think that was just some random ambush.
Neither do I.
Intentions are unclear, but bandits are known, at least especially the white bone bandits. They're known to do that, attack and ambush the caravans, but it's not uncommon for it to happen though. It might not be run in the mill, but
I would advise caution if they were to show up again. I think it was just a matter of circumstance that we were close enough for the city to be a target, because I don't think they operate this far. So if anything, if we see him again, then at least we know something is up.
Well, I noticed at the start of that fight, they seemed to be targeting the priestess first until we made ourselves to be a threat.
Exactly. And that's what I don't really quite like about that. It means that they weren't necessarily worried about anything but her, which means she was a target. It wasn't just a random attack.
Yes. So I figured that they were targeting someone, and she seems the most likely target.
well, I wouldn't worry too much. I think I have the healing department handled.
I stare down at the arrow bolt in my chest wound.
You haven't taken that out yet. It's been multiple hours.
No, I meant, sorry, the wound. I just stare at the
Oh.
wound and look back
Oh.
at him.
Well, there's a part of me
like-
that wants to help heal most people, but when you pull a stunt in which I find somewhat ill-willed and unintelligent, it seems wrong of me to spend too much time healing something that seems self-inflicted.
It's a lesson learned.
I disguise myself as him and say, "It is a lesson learned."
Clearly, you haven't learned it then.
No, it would seem not.
Either way, I think I think caution is the smartest way. If we do anything, we need to view them as a threat to her because that's who we are escorting. Other than that, I don't really much care.
A lightning bolt may have just struck me, actually. You can look like anybody. How long?
I'd change it at will.
So, if you can be anyone at any given time, and we're traveling with somebody who's being targeted, how more
I like where
likely do
you're
you
going
think
with
they would
this.
be to strike if there was two of her?
Oh, I like
You
where you're
don't
going
think
with
that-
this.
You don't think that this thought crossed my mind?
Well, then why didn't you say anything?
Because it looks a little weird when you have one just standing and one running around the field shooting freaking
Well,
force
But it
projections
would-
at people.
it would set them off. It would set them off at first. It wouldn't last, but it would be. They might shoot at you instead of her at first,
Right.
thinking that you might be her.
But if they'd been
What-
following us for a while, they've already seen me. So turning into someone like that, I should start tomorrow in the morning.
This
I
is
Is
didn't
what
say
my
that.
point was.
We don't know what they've seen, so we
Exactly.
could always try.
I wasn't necessarily saying win. I'm just saying that is an idea that we should contemplate.
It's very smart, I think, that we throw them off guard. But I don't know what else there is to do other than keep watch and be vigilant.
I turn to our little mission companions and I say, "How do you feel about me turning myself into you, at least visually?"
She
Or-
goes to sign something, and then Nefimo stops her. He's like, "I really wish that you would not do that."
There's your answer, Mr. Priest Man.
Opinions and what they would like are none of my concern. The concern is getting Valipsis to the trial safely. Whether she is uncomfortable with you looking like her or not, it doesn't much matter to me, and it shouldn't much matter to any of us here. If she's there safe, that's the important part. That's what we're
You
being paid
certainly
for.
have a way with the ladies, sir.
Again, I'm not sure what you're trying
This is not what
to.
we're here for. We're here to get her safely. So it should her personal qualms shouldn't matter. Which it should matter is getting her there.
She should probably be comfortable, is what I'm saying.
I don't believe sleeping on the road will make any of us comfortable. Do you have anything that would help her with that?
No, I meant like if she doesn't want me to turn into her, I'm gonna try my best to not make that happen.
Interesting.
Nefimo pipes up. After this night, we have one more day's ride. We will arrive in the Braywood tomorrow evening. There's no need for these types of shenanigans. And
See?
personally, I think it's very degrading to
See?
the priestess to be mocked by an elf with party tricks.
See?
Well, it's just less for mocking and more for personal safety. So
Kopi's gonna try to lighten the mood a little bit. He'll pull his lute out and kind of make a soft tune, maybe start lulling people to sleep.
Yeah.
It seems like we're kind of all at each other's throats a little bit.
And with that, you guys have been talking for about 30 minutes to an hour, and it's getting pretty dark out. You're all getting pretty tired, worn after battle. And with that, I think we'll start our first watch with Farathier. All right, so I need you to roll me a d4.
Okay. Three.
All right, so your 4 hours of watch go by pretty easy. You hear sounds, owls, occasional crickets. The fire that Nephemos made is just kind of starting to dwindle down, so there's the crackle of logs. And at the end of your 4 hours, you pull Vind out of his elvish trance, and Vind starts his watch. Vind, I need you to roll me a d4 as well.
Ooh, I'd like to throw some more wood on the fire before I go back to sleep.
Sure.
Also roll a 3.
3. All right. So as well, your watch goes by pretty normally. You get a lovely view of the sunset coming up over the few trees that are kind of sitting in front of you as kind of early morning comes to approach. You can wake the others or let them sleep in.
I'll wake the others. I want to get going.
Wait, was he awake for 4 hours?
Yeah, so as an elf, I can trance for 4 hours, but I get a full rest in 4 hours.
All right. So you both are elves?
Yep.
Cool.
Right.
My bad. I should have been caught up with that.
It's all good.
How?
And with that, you guys mount your horses and finish the rest of the day's journey into Braywood. As evening approaches, you can kind of see the lights, and as you approach the town, you see the kind of the lights radiating lanterns as you guys enter in. As you're actually walking through town, you see people are outside, they're laughing, there's music, dancing. A common theme that you see are these banners hanging outside of people's houses with small altars. These altars, there's bread, there's wine, there's little statues of what looks like could be the Allfather or the Mother. There's the occasional Utagi, occasional statue of Asus, as now Philipsis and Nephemos have kind of pushed to the front as they lead you to the Temple of Eight.
What a beautiful city. It's been a couple months since I've been here.
Just a couple months.
Yeah. Yeah, you lose track of time. Sitting at a desk.
What? I'm so confused in your profession. And yeah, just kind of still taking her. Want to make sure that she gets there safely.
Yeah. Vind is noticeably more uncomfortable once we entered the city.
All right. So as you guys approach the Temple of Eight, you guys mount your horses. A few small clergymen come up and take them off to the stables that's somewhere nearby. As you walk in kind of Roman Colosseum style, you enter into a circular courtyard. Right in the middle is this large oak tree, and with it being about mid-fall, the leaves are starting to turn, orange and brown, and they're kind of some are kind of scattered around the base of it, and it's pretty tall. It kind of goes past kind of the open ceiling of the circular part of the structure of the courtyard. Itself is made up of a series of marble pillars. There's the evening light starting to pour in from all sides. But the temple itself is quite busy. There's guards kind of standing post at various entrances. Priests, clerics are all kind of bustling about. You see a group, you notice them by the same jade colored saris that Ellipsis wears. You see a group of priestesses of Asus are kind of clumped together walking through. You notice that with it being circular and where each guard is posted, are various hallways leading off down to what could be places of worship. Each one marked by a banner with the symbol of their respective god, as kind of Ellipsis takes head and leads you down the hallway that goes to the place of worship for Asis. As you guys walk, it's a very short walk. She's just kind of practically skipping down the hallway. She seems very happy to be back, like she hasn't been back in quite some time. And Ephemos is taking his time. He seems pretty uncomfortable being here. It's not really his norm, but
He seems like he's uncomfortable around people.
Mm-hmm. Uncomfortable around people, maybe uncomfortable in the temple, but he tries to stick close to Ellipsis. As you guys approach from behind, in front of you, her back turned to you, you see another tiefling woman. She's wearing a long white dress with jade sort of robes kind of loosely draped over her shoulders. She has like long, curly, deep cobalt hair that just kind of that's pulled back into a braid that kind of hits her waist, several curled ends flying out. As you approach Ellipsis, kind of jots forward a little bit more as she embraces the tiefling woman, begins to sign to her as she speaks back. And Ephemos approaches the tiefling woman, kind of gives him a hug as well, though he's a bit hesitant to it. He still kind of, embraces it. As Ellipsis signs again and motions to you, the tiefling woman turns. She has a black skin, various discolored patches around her eye, her neck. You can see some on her collarbone and shoulders where there are white patches within her skin. I need all of you guys to roll me a history check real quick.
It's
13.
19.
10. Son of a bitch.
10.
Oh, yes.
That plus 4
So-
doing me real good.
As the tiefling woman turns to you, you all know this either from pictures, scrolls, descriptions that this is Councilwoman Zahala. And she sort of approaches you, kind of arms widespread, a very, very warm smile on her face. You must be, let me see, you, Azil, Fair Vind, and Kopi, am I? Yes.
Nice to see you again, my lady.
It's a
Yes.
pleasure to meet you.
So I understand. Thank you so very much for bringing my dear Ellipsis back to me. I hope the trip saw you all very well. I mean, it's pretty straightforward with the trail. If you all would like to follow me, you are welcome to sit in on the trial, and I will get you your coin for bringing her back to me.
That would be amazing. Thank you.
I'll admit to being interested in seeing this trial.
All right. And so she turns, leads you in. She leads you off to a side room that kind of opens up into this kind of grand foyer. In the middle is like a small kind of wooden, not really cage, but would be to like the waist height. Encompassing a chair, and the chair is a man. He's shackled pretty heavily. He's got black shaggy hair. He's turned away from you, pretty stocky build. And then just ahead is a kind of row of tall standing kind of wooden seats and desks. As some of the council members have already gathered, Isra being absent, with kind of the one in the middle holding a man who, in more description terms, kind of looks like Littlefinger from Game
Oh,
of
yeah.
Thrones. He's head high, poised, looking down, kind of on everyone as he sits there and waits.
And you said the man that was shackled was he human?
Yes, he's human.
And I would before you said it was Zahala. That was the other.
Yes.
Before as she's like taking us over and like leaving us there, says, Councilwoman, I would like to ask. I know nothing of the trial, and we're about to sit down. But do the Whitebone Hash bandits have anything to do with this? We encountered a few on the road, and it would definitely stop our in-party debate on if they were directly attacking Ellipses.
Oh, well, I mean, yes, the man that is on trial, we believe that he is a part of this, and that he had partake in the stealing of this artifact that from the temple. So, I mean, it wouldn't be entirely, uncommon. That's why I sent you all to protect Philipsis. I had some inkling that something might have happened.
I'm gonna roll insight on that.
So what are you trying to insight specifically?
I'm gonna see if she had any prior knowledge of basically. How do I put this? I'm gonna see if she knew that something like this was gonna happen, and if she has more information about this than she's saying.
Okay. Though her face is very stoic and a bit hard to read, you can see sort of kind of a twinkle in her eye as she says she might have known. You get the feeling that she may have known about it. She may have foreseen it. She definitely, from the way she's talking, she definitely didn't have a hand in it. But through one way or another, she had knowledge that something would happen.
And we were hired for a reason, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate the information. It definitely helps us settle a debate. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And while you guys are talking, the man brings a mallet down. He's like, if you all are done speaking, I would like to get started with this trial. Zahala, if you would have your hired help, please take their seats off to the side so we could get started. And if your priestess would like to take point. And with that, Zahala ushers you off to the side. Philipsis takes her place in front of this podium where the man on trial is sitting. And as you guys kind of sit, watch, Philipsis reaches to her side and takes out an idol. It is a small idol of Acis as she places it kind of on the railing in front of the man and motions for him to put his hands on it. And with that, I believe it has been 2 hours.
Yeah, pretty close.
And we are going to take a break.
Awesome. We will be right back. It's going to be about 5 to 6 minute break, and then we'll be back for the rest of the 2 hours, and then we'll be done for the night. Don't go anywhere, guys. We will be right back.